All right, this is Randy Wallace, broker in charge at Keller Williams and director of Cana Commercial and Cana Development Group. And I'm here with Deane Morris from Cana Commercial, who is also a commercial broker here in the area. And Deane is a lifelong businessman here in Myrtle Beach area, in the golf cart leasing and sales, restaurant business with a couple of successful restaurants, the Dutch Deli many years ago and Rossi's Restaurant for many years here on the Strand, a great Italian restaurant, as well as several other businesses, the radio business, the salvage and resale business and supply business. Deane has done a little bit of everything in real estate investing all of his life. So we're going to talk a little bit about the market right now in the commercial world and just give you an idea about where Myrtle Beach is headed. First thing, Deane, is that I see is, it's been pretty steady here, even with COVID and some initial scare like it was in the residential market, but right away it picked back up. In 2021 and 22 were all very strong years in commercial, with pretty steady sales on the commercial buildings at 401 for 2020, 419 for 2021, and 424 for 2022. And the 6-month stats for 23 is right in keeping with that.
I think the only problem we'll have is not having enough inventory, because there's not but so much commercial land, there's not but too many commercial buildings left, as I see it.
Yeah, you're right. The land is going fast too. Land sales show that, because commercial lot sales have been fairly strong for 114 in 21 and 106 in 22, and it dropped a little bit the first 6 months of this year, but that's because we don't have that much commercial property.
That's the biggest problem, and I think that there's a lot of people out there that are looking for commercial property that inquire all the time, but I don't have it to show them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially certain zonings, industrial land, warehouse land, that's hard to find.
Hard to find.
Here in our area. Now, office buildings have also been fairly steady. In 2020, there were 140 office buildings sold. In 21, 153. In 22, 149. And so in the first 6 months of this year, again, pretty much on that pace. So despite the fact that we thought with COVID that office buildings were going to go away, there's still new businesses being formed here, and there's still a demand for office buildings and not much supply.
Right, I think that surprisingly, with all the economic factors that we figure in and all the experiences that we've had in the past, the sales business of commercial property and office buildings has stayed pretty strong, considering that everybody else would have thought the economy was going downhill.
Yep. And because we're a growing area, we're at 500,000 people here in our area, and that's 500,000 people that need services, and then you add on 18 million visitors a year. That's a lot of business services that are needed in our area. Now, acreage sales is something that has gone up a pretty good bit, and I think that's for a couple of reasons. In 2020, there were 301 acreage sales. In 2020, in 2021, there were 433, so a good uptick of that, and almost over 40%. And 22 was up even higher at 455, and again, the first 6 months of this year is on that same kind of pace, with over 220 in the first 6 months. So with acreage sales, people are trying to find land to develop, to create more residential lots, to create commercial lots, and also just for those people trying to buy 5 or 10 acres out in the countryside to get away from the city.
Right, but I think, again, that's just another example of how strong our city is and how many people are in demand to be relocated here, business-wise, home-wise. Warehouse space is just in big demand, and there's none.
So that's why you need a good professional to help you find things in Myrtle Beach, and it helps. Deane and myself have both been here since 1977, and we know the area, and we know the properties, and we know people that we need to talk to find things. So if you need help in the commercial end, please give us a call, and be on the lookout for Myrtle Beach to keep growing. Thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, nice to meet you folks. Y'all come back, you hear?